So in the month, beginning of the month, when you get the money, you feel that yeah, this is good money. But then by the end of the month, after you've paid all the bills, paid fees and everything, rent or whatever, you seem to always, by the end of the month, all the money seems to go. It seems to never be enough. And then there is also that thing of, how to save more, what will happen in the future. And you're not only thinking of your future, your children's future.
So, who decides the enough? Where is the parameter for enough? What is enough? Is there a thermostat for enough? Is there a quantification of enough? What could be enough for anybody? To my understanding, enough is that I have a roof over my head, I have food on my plate, I have clothes to wear, um, I have a job to go to, I have family, I'm able to spend occasionally on movies, eating out. And so, enough can mean anything to anybody. For a poor man, to have a job every day is enough. For an industrialist, building mountains every day is not enough. He wants to build more. Then there are more ambitious people, and it is never ending. So, who decides the enough? The one who is always wanting more for himself. Where is the more coming from? Is it coming from your thoughts, or is it coming from your heart or your being? How much does a being need? Who decides? So the fact is that if you are constantly living with your thoughts in your head, chasing ambition, wanting a bigger house, wanting a bigger car, wanting a bigger house with a pool, wanting a house now like a mansion, now I want a building, now I want a helicopter, then it will always be less. What you get today will always be less. But if you come back and if you made a good amount, if you worked well in the day and you give yourself a pat in the back and say, I did the best I could, then you feel good. And the amount, of course, you take up a job knowing that it is going to give me this much value for the time that I spend. It is also about the qualification, it is also about the job that you do, it is about the level that you are at. So there are many things that go in, yes, but this is what I'm going to get at the end of the day. But if you're not feeling good at the end of the day, if you're constantly building mountains in your head and saying, building castles in your head rather, not mountains, that tomorrow I want to have this, the day after I want to have this, then you're not living in the day. Then no matter what you make, it's always going to fall short. Now you have a certain amount that you earn. If you start to want to spend on extravagant things out of that, now extravagant means that beyond what is your requirement, your family requirement, or your physical requirement, then again you are chasing then your needs more than what you're doing in the day. Desires and needs. Some needs and desires that you can afford, fine, fair enough, do all that. But if you chase the ones that are not in your pocket, then no matter who you may be, you are not going to be happy. And if you're not happy, then you're going to be on medications because your blood pressure will fluctuate, or you'll have some issues or the other, you'll be stressed out, you'll be burnt out. So, what happens if you chase more at the cost of your health, whether it's mental health, whether it's physical health, whether it's emotional health, you are compromising on the quality of what life you're giving yourself. And really speaking, life isn't meant to be a race. You can live it like that, but one day you will stop and say, what is all this doing for me? Yes, I have a mansion. Yes, I have all this then, but I'm not feeling happy. I'm looking at so much beauty, but I'm not feeling happy. Because you would not have had time to really be with that stuff that's around you because you were only working. Because no matter what race and chase you are in, you'll have to give it more time, you'll have to travel, you'll have to do all kinds of things to get there. Every success in monetary terms demands more and more of you. Do you want to give it like that? Then know that you want to compromise on the quality of life that you need versus the quantity of gain that you have. If you're okay with it, sure, you can. You have 24 hours in a day, so take out time for your sleep, 6 7 hours. You can burn yourself out for the rest. How long? At some point, your body is going to say no. At some point, your family is going to be unhappy. At some point, you're going to say, what is the point? I have all this money and all this rich, but I don't do anything for myself. I don't spend time to be happy. I don't take holiday. I don't, I don't be with the ones who mean a lot to me. Who am I earning this for? Is my family happy? Is my wife or my spouse or my whosoever is with me, are they happy with the money? What do they do with that money? Is it making them happier than would make them when they were with me? Or is it only the money? So there are many things that one places wrong value on unknowingly. So one has to pause and one has to understand. Yeah, so they are making me happy temporarily. I can buy brand clothes, I can buy branded bags, I can eat wherever I want, I can travel wherever I want. For a lot of time it will bring you happiness, but then you will stop and you will not feel very good. So it is again a choice. You can keep on saying I don't have enough, um, but actually enough is again being connected with your being here, about being satisfied with what you have. It doesn't come from money, it doesn't come from success, it doesn't come from anything of the outside. But if you have the capability, you should do what makes you happy. You can build an empire if you have the capability and you feel good, you'll feel good about it. As long as you can sustain it and you have good work staff to run it for you. But if it demands that you only sit and do it 24 hours, one day you're not going to feel good about it. Because at that day, you will not be able to get the time that you have lost building that empire, because that time would have gone by. You would have lost your years, things would have changed. Those days don't come back. So it is the equation that you make for yourself, quality versus quantity, family time, no family time. So there's so many variables. So if you're doing it all in awareness and saying I'm loving it, I'm enjoying it, sure. But if that is so till the time you enjoy it, you'll do it. Then you'll stop. Then you'll have to come back to wherever. It's really not a. There's no A answer or a B answer to this. Again, it is very individualistic as to how much you want to be happy in. You can be happy in small amounts. You can be happy in larger amounts, and you can be happy with everything that you have. But know that when you are wanting more and more, you will then say, I don't have a work family balance. And then you will say, I don't have time for my family. And then you will say, oh, I don't have time for my fitness. I don't have time to do this. But then you are making the choice to want more and more. There's no treasure under your bed that's just going to open up and say, "Oh, here I am, take it all." You'll have to work for it, and work means time, effort, um, much more of you in every way. So you have to be clear in your choices. If you want it, okay. And but if you only want it because others have it, or because it just feels good to have that much money, then be in awareness that that's what you're saying. And if that's what you're saying, then know that you're going to be making some adjustments, some compromises. And if you're okay with that, sure. So you can't say, I want it all this way and I don't want it to be like this. It's not a, you can't live a computerized life. It's not a fairy tale. Real life is real life. It's not like in the books that everything looks all hunky dory and you can just, put your things in details in computer. I want this money. I want a 9 to 5 job. I want to have a yacht. I want to have a big house. And I want a perfect wife and I want perfect kids. It doesn't come like that. It's what you make of what you have in hand. Everything is in your eyes. How much do you value what you have? If you value what you have, then there will be no shortage of what you need, because you will be in gratitude, you will be in satisfaction, and you will feel good about whatever you have. And if you don't have, it won't matter to you. So you choose whether you want to be this way or whether you want to be that way. And nothing is wrong. Everything is okay. There's no A, B, C here. There are no choices. It's just what you want for yourself. You decide. You don't let the others decide for you. This is where a lot of people feel stressed and constrained when they start comparing themselves to the others. He has so much, he has the same qualification, so which means if he's doing better, I'm not doing well, or I am less and he is more. Nothing. Each one comes with their own package, and each one has different way of approaching their life. One cannot compare one's life to others' lives. You need to deal with your own. You have no idea what's happening in the other person's life. So when you are doing the comparison, then you're only just really not focusing on the right things. You need to focus on what you have on your plate and not focus on what the other has on his plate, because what you're seeing on the other is only on the outside. You have no idea what's behind the curtains. So that is the sure short way to be misled and to be unhappy with yourself, and it doesn't work. So don't be misled by what you see outside. Create your own life. Shape it the way you want it to go. Happiness is the goal in everything. If you're not happy, then no matter how much you have in your bank or in your wherever, it's not going to be worth it. At the end of the day, everyone only wants peace and happiness. Just remember that.